Hi, and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto Podcast. My name's Chris, and it's fantastic to have you back with us for another podcast. And in today's podcast, we're going to have a look at why is the crypto market rising today? Really interesting. And this came out on the 10th of February, and it's rather interesting. So published today. And this is the market. So in the last 24 hours, Bitcoin is down 4.22%, Ethereum down 6.15%. So I guess Forbes, rather interesting, an interesting article. And I'm kind of scratching my head as to why the market is pumping like it is in a downward motion. Jokes aside, I saw that headline, and being the 10th when this is recorded, obviously it's going to come out on the 11th. I found it rather interesting. Look, you've got to take these articles with a pinch of salt, which is kind of the reason why I brought that up. Obviously, we're going to dig into, the SEC and everything around staking, what we can expect and all that wonderful stuff. So if you enjoy this sort of content, mash up the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video. Right. Well, let's get back down to the desktop. So we're going to start here in the SEC Commissioner, Kraken staking action not fair way of regulating. So she's voiced her dissent on the latest action against Kraken, saying that the industry needs clear rules, not one-off enforcement. And look, I align to this. Basically, it was a unanimous decision that the SEC took this action, apparently. So she is known as the crypto mum, and she yesterday said that the SEC's crackdown, calling such action not an effective way of regulating. And it's rather interesting. We obviously saw Brian Armstrong tweet. We're hearing rumors that the SEC would like to get rid of crypto staking in the US for retail customers. I hope it's not the case, as I believe it would be a terrible path for the US if this was allowed to happen. And look, I agree that it would be a terrible way to move forward. And I think the US seem to be making all their decisions based on old technology and old ways of thinking, and probably need to be more open-minded. I really do think that this is something rather interesting. When you kind of consider the fact that Bitcoin's proof of work was frowned upon not so long ago, and projects were encouraged to save energy and be more cost efficient. And some projects have moved over from proof of work, as in Ethereum, to proof of stake, and now it's like proof of stake's under attack. It's like you're doomed if you do, and you're doomed if you don't. And it's rather interesting. Now, one thing that I believe is that this is really like a custodial issue, potentially, with the type of staking that is offered by some of these exchanges like Nexo, Kraken, for example, because you're not holding the keys to your own crypto, right? And you're relying on that exchange to deliver. And what is very different with some of the other protocols when you do it with like Algorand, Avalanche, Harmony One, Cardano, is you're still self-custodying your crypto, and you're working collectively to mint blocks and stuff like that. So it's a little bit different, and it's really a question of how are the SEC going to look to sort of move forward with this? Are they going to look to move forward with this and blanket all staking as bad, or whether they're going to look at the different types and maybe there'll be some litigation and stuff like that. It's going to be really interesting to see. So, look, am I surprised? No. Nick and myself have been saying that, this was a bear market rally and that, we expected lower prices. I still expect, further downside, maybe not immediately, maybe we move up before we move back down. And I don't think that this is over just yet. And I do kind of feel that, a lot of this stuff is set out, much earlier. And look, it's kind of like the poor people have got to stay poor is kind of my thoughts on it. You can't be poor and, become wealthy anymore. The wealthy get wealthier and the poorer just get poorer. And I think that's just the way the world is. So I expect lower prices. It's rather interesting to see this sort of stuff kind of come to fruition. So yeah, interesting stuff. But if we get down to some more bullish stuff, and MasterCard together enabling consumers to use crypto cards for purchasing. There's a lot that Visa are doing at the moment. Some really interesting partnerships with Binance, Tap, Nexo, Gemini. For me, it is something that is pretty cool and is becoming more and more mainstream. And as we become more and more mainstream, I believe that, that's going to be a real positive for crypto and crypto adoption. So yeah, rather interesting. We've got Binance and MasterCard launch Bitcoin reward card in Brazil. So the new reward card from Binance and MasterCard will offer users in Brazil up to 8% cashback on selected cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin. Furthermore, you've got largest Spanish crypto exchange 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘 launched debit card with up to 9% cashback. Again, this is MasterCard and 𝗕𝗘𝗪 in Spain, looking to further increase that sort of adoption. So there's an awful lot of really cool things happening, and potential adoption for the next bull run. I think it's going to be remarkable. It's interesting to see how things progress. But let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Going to keep this one really ultra short today. I don't really want to get into too much of the SEC and the staking side of things. I kind of see everybody covering this, probably too much to be honest. I am surprised that we had that level of pullback in the market based on this news, because it's Kraken. It's just an exchange. And we had this with Nexo a few weeks back, and we didn't see anywhere near this sort of level of pullback. So rather interested. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. If you enjoyed today's video, mash up that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.